Reaper, sit down. I need to ruin your favorite myth. The gym is not where you grow. The gym is where you sign the muscle up for a beatdown. The growing happens later, on your couch, in your bed, at your desk, pretending to work, while you're actually replaying your PR video for the 9th time. Here's what's really going on under your skin. You lift, your brain fires off the signal. Motor units wake up, and if the weight's heavy enough, your body calls in the big fibers, the ones that actually have upside. So far, so good. Everybody with a gym membership knows this part. Here's the part that trips people up. When a muscle fiber gets loaded, especially while it's stretching underweight, like at the bottom of a squat, it physically distorts. That distortion flips on a chemical switch called mTOR. And mTOR is basically your body's contractor. It shows up and says, cool, let's build. More switch flipping means more building. That's the whole game. Tension flips the switch, not damage. Damage is just what damage looks like when it happens on the way to tension. So that soreness you're low-key proud of, that's not a receipt for gains. That's inflammation. Your immune system mopping up a mess. It's cleanup crew, not construction crew. Here's the proof. Distance runners are absolutely wrecked after a long race. They can barely walk for a week. You know what they don't come back with? Bigger legs. If soreness equaled growth, marathoners would look like bodybuilders, and bodybuilders would look like they run marathons. They don't. Soreness is a receipt for suffering, not a receipt for size. Now, here's where most people quietly sabotage themselves. Muscle building, actual protein getting stitched into the fiber, spikes around a day after training, and is basically over by the 2-day mark. Closed, done, crew's gone home. So if you hammer chest on Monday and don't look at it again until next Monday, congratulations. Your chest grew for 2 days and then chilled in the parking lot for 5. You didn't rest it. You abandoned it. There's a difference between recovery and ghosting. That's why hitting each muscle twice a week beats once. You're reopening that building window instead of leaving it shut for most of the week. And before you comment, but bro, splits work fine, sure, if you're already advanced and dialed in. For everybody else watching this in their first 2 years of training twice a week is the cheat code you're ignoring for no reason. And the rep you've been rushing, the lowering part, that's the part your muscle actually cares about most. Muscles can handle noticeably more load on the way down than the way up, which means the eccentric, the lowering, is where the tension peaks and where that mTOR switch gets slapped hardest. Most people drop the weight like it's hot, then act shocked when they don't grow. Slow it down, 3 seconds on the way down minimum. Same rep count, completely different signal. Let's talk about the mistake that fools almost every beginner. Newbie gains. Your first few months, you can do almost anything. Bad program, no sleep, fast food twice a day, and you'll still grow because your body is inexperienced and desperate to adapt. That growth tricks people into thinking their habits are working. They're not. You're just riding a temporary discount. The second that window closes, usually somewhere in year 1. Every one of these mistakes starts costing you real progress instead of getting absorbed by beginner magic. The people who keep growing past that point are the ones who built the actual habits early instead of coasting on beginner luck. Now let's talk sleep. Because you will out-eat, out-lift, and out-supplement everything and still get robbed by your phone at 1 a.m. One rough night of sleep can meaningfully tank your muscle-building response the very next day, not after a week of bad sleep, after one. Chronic short sleep also drags testosterone down noticeably, which is a wild trade to make for 4 extra episodes of a show you're not even paying attention to. There's research comparing people in the same calorie deficit eating the same diet, the only variable being sleep, and the poor sleep group lost more muscle and less fat than the well-rested group. Same fork, same plate, worse outcome. Sleep isn't self-care, Reaper. It's part of the program. You've been treating it like a rest day activity when it's actually a training day activity. Which brings us to the other half of the equation. People mess up just as badly. Protein. mTOR can flip the switch all at once. If there's no material to build with, nothing gets built. You basically hired a contractor. They showed up ready to work, and you forgot to order the lumber. And most people have no idea how far off their actual intake is from what they think it is. People routinely misjudge their own food intake by a wide margin in both directions. You think you're hitting your protein target, you're probably not even close. One more thing worth killing while we're here. More volume is not automatically better. There's a point where extra sets stop adding growth and just start adding fatigue you have to recover from. Meaning you're not working harder. You're digging a hole you now need sleep and food to climb out of. Junk volume is real, and it's probably why some of you are exhausted and still not growing. Quick recap before you go destroy a muscle group and immediately do everything wrong afterward. Progressive overload. Get harder over time, not just more of the same. Doing the same bodyweight push-up forever isn't training, it's cardio for your ego. Slow the eccentric. 3 seconds down every set. Hit each muscle twice a week, not once. Sleep at least 7 hours. Non-negotiable, not a suggestion. Hit protein consistently. Track it if you have to because your gut feeling has been lying to you. Don't confuse newbie gains with a system that's actually working. Your soreness peaks around day 2, hangs around till day 3 or 4. But the actual building finished way before that, around the 48-hour mark. So next time you're limping around the kitchen, convinced you crushed it. You're right, you did crush it. That part's over. The next 48 hours is the actual game, and most people spend it doom scrolling, skipping protein, waiting to feel less sore before they train again, which is like winning the fight and then forgetting to collect the prize money. Muscle doesn't grow because it hurts. It grows because you loaded it, fed it, put it to bed, and got out of its way. Now here's what I want from you. Comment your worst recovery habit, the one you already know is bad. Sleeping 4 hours before leg day. Skipping protein because you forgot, whatever it is. I want to see the worst one in the comments. Because I guarantee somebody reading this is doing something dumber than you, and you deserve to feel better about yourself. And if this saved you from wasting another week thinking soreness equals progress, subscribe. Rep Reaper drops a new one every week, and the algorithm only shows this to people who actually stick around. Don't make me beg. Hit it, drop a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Reap what you sow.